I started bouldering in February 2023. In the year since, I've learned a lot, and while I have a lot more to learn, I have had enough time on the wall to reflect on what I've learned and to share a few tips with you. These are things that, had I known them earlier, I might have made even more progress in this just over 1 year of climbing. And who knows, if I keep progressing, maybe someday I'll even become a real climber by figuring out what a dyno is. Oh, that's a relief. Ask 5 climbers to define dyno, and you'll get 5 different answers. And while conversing with fellow climbers on the nuances of our hobby is fun, it can lead to feelings of inferiority. For new climbers, we have enough inferiority to combat. When I began climbing, I fell in love hard. And so I learned as much about climbing as I possibly could, which quickly gave me decision paralysis. I became afraid to act because I feared that I would do or say something wrong. I had gobbled down a lot of the minutia, but without a necessary wider perspective, the old forest for the trees and all that. Being so worried about making the wrong move, I failed to make any move. That's a bad feeling as a beginning climber. I remember I would watch climbing videos on YouTube and try to anticipate the moves of the climbers as a way of testing my knowledge, and almost always, I was wrong. This seeded in me a strict right versus wrong mentality that became debilitating when I got to the wall. I was afraid to start a problem because maybe my foot wasn't in the right place, or my first move wasn't the right move. After all, these experienced climbers on YouTube were doing moves so much differently than how I was anticipating they would. I must be wrong, right? So my advice, don't set yourself up for failure by trying to learn rights and wrongs. Because the truth is, with bouldering, there are way too few actual rights and wrongs to warrant your worry. There's no one way to start a problem. There's no one way to grab a hold. There's no single universally agreed upon definition for dyno. So don't worry about what's right and wrong. Just put on your headphones and climb. Crap. As I was saying, just take out your headphones and climb. Did I fix it? Seriously though, no headphones, no earbuds, no earplugs, no cotton swabs, no fingers in your ears for some reason. Nothing that shuts you off from other climbers, because other climbers are what will make you a better climber. So, talk to strangers. This was a big revelation for me. I hate talking to strangers. I'm the guy on the airplane who wears the biggest, most obnoxious over-ear headphones even when I'm not listening to music, just to make clear to the stranger next to me that I don't want to talk to them. But the climbing gym isn't an airplane full of strangers. The climbing gym is a room full of potential friends. I remember the first time I asked a stranger for help on a problem. That stranger was super willing, eager even, to help. Puzzling over a problem with a fellow climber is the essence of bouldering. Climbers are proud of their accomplishments, and they rarely get a chance to just brag about them. So give them that chance, and they will become a wealth of knowledge to help you get better. In fact, talking with strangers at the bouldering gym has become such a revelation to me that I think I will do an entire video about just that, so please subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified when that video gets made. So while listening to music might help you focus, my suggestion is to save that for when the gym is truly empty of people. But when there are people around, take out the earbuds. This is a side pull, but also an undercling, but also a crimp. Or is this a crimp? And now, is this hold an edge, maybe? Ugh. There are climbing terms for the hold shape, there are climbing terms for the grip style you place onto the hold, and these two groups of terms get extra messy when you realize the terms may change based on the position of the body and hand relative to the hold. For example, a side pull isn't used for a lieback if it's meant for a gaston. Bouldering is full of confusing terminology. It's important, though, to at least get a basic grasp of common terms. Now, I know tip 1 is all about not fretting over the details, but sometimes a few missed details can derail your progress. For me, I spent too long not understanding how to communicate to other climbers about the problems. A quick Google search for a list of common bouldering terms might have helped, and that's what I suggest to new climbers. Search Google for a list of basic bouldering terms and learn them. But if you are at the gym without access to your trusty list of terms and you don't know the name of a hold, see tip number 2. Take out your earbuds and ask a stranger for help. I've been a part of too many group climbing sessions that devolve into failed attempts to describe beta as we talk over each other and point at holds without ever really being productive. A common understanding of hold names, grip types, and body positions can go a long, long way. Or, even better, just bring a laser pointer with you to the gym. Use it to point at the holds instead of running the risk of calling a Waco hold a pocket hold and possibly throwing off your entire vibe. Yeah, that's a much better tip. Just bring a laser pointer. Beginner climbers lack the confidence to try hard, and that's quite reasonable. It's unnatural to fight gravity in the way climbers do, with barely any place to put your hands and feet, and with the real threat of danger ever looming. One slip and you fall. Sometimes you fall very far, and sometimes you fall very awkwardly. But what if you were magically able to raise the level of the ground by several feet? Where once you were 9 feet off the ground, you are now only 4 feet off the ground. This sounds amazing, right? You'd be attempting dynos and rose moves and dead points without hesitation, right? Well, poof. Wish granted. You are much closer to the ground than you feel. Remember, your feet, not your eyes, are the closest to the ground. You might feel 9 feet off the ground, but in reality, you are a full body's length closer than that. Keep this in mind when trying that scary dead point throw. And if that doesn't help, just count the bolt holes to learn your actual reach. From the ground, things look scarier than they really are. Problems look higher, holds look smaller, and distances look further. Now, I can't help with the holds look smaller issue, but I can bring some warm, comforting logic to the distances look further fear. Take a moment to map out your own body dimensions using the bolt holes as reference. How many bolt holes is your arm span? How many is your height? How many from your armpit to your fingertip? Now, with this information, you can tame an intimidating problem by counting the holds that make up the scary distance. Now, you know for sure that you can reach that faraway hold. All that's left to do is do it. Without headphones, of course. Do you have more tips? Tell me in the comments and subscribe. I'll probably make a video featuring tips from the comments, so subscribing and clicking the notification bell will help ensure you see that video. And I will have more videos of my own tips forthcoming. I have a lot of them. And after you subscribe and click the notification bell, why not check out one of these other videos on my channel? You'll probably like it. If you got this far into this video, you must have liked this video, and my other videos are similar. So check them out.